Everything I say falls away like the fade on the radio song, and everything I try pass me by like the tide seems to rise, then it's gone. Still there's something to be said for company in bed this time of morning. See, I knew we'd agree. How can anyone deny the benefits of lying with your friend? We'll try it again. Sometimes when I'm by myself, I can't find myself, and there's no one there. Sometimes I can see myself, I can be myself with a friend now. Every day I rise, open my eyes, and my mind fills with complications, and everywhere I go, pass by slow, fading moments and aspirations. Still there's something to be said for company in bed this time of morning. See, I knew we'd agree. How can anyone deny the benefits of lying with your friend? We'll try it again. Sometimes when I'm by myself, I can't find myself, and there's no one there. Sometimes I can be myself, I can see myself with a friend now, a friend now. I'll never know you like you know yourself.
I'm not Prince Charming in Rapunzel's world. There's no dragon to fight off. There's no tower to climb up. There's no perch for your hair. And if there was, I'd just be pulling. I'm not Prince Charming in a Cinderella tale. There's no sisters to fight on. There's no pumpkin to ride on. There's no slipper to wear. There's no one to rely on. There's no map left to guide us. They've never been out there. Like a candle in the wind, it's gonna blow out again. I tried to put it in my hand, I tried to make it understand, but I'll just get burned again.
Hello, everyone. You are listening to WCBN FM Ann Arbor. My name is Ross. This is my show, Songs and Stuff. Actually, the first installment of the show, and my first show on WCBN. It was supposed to be Sounds and Stuff, but I messed it up kind of in the heat of the moment. By the heat of the moment, I mean an email I had to send with the name. I messed it up, but the whole point of the show is the only thing these songs have in common is I like them, and in that way, hopefully get like a wide range of things and songs. My goal is you'll hear one song maybe you haven't heard before that you like, or maybe you have heard it before and you still like it. We started things off with some Homeshake. That song was Sia off of the Homeshake tape, really great album. I think you can only get that on Bandcamp now because of some sample clearing issues. After that was How to Say Desire by Lifeguard off their album Ripped and Torn, which actually just came out very recently. I've been playing that a lot. It's a great album. After that was Benefits of Lying with Your Friend by the Apples in Stereo, another really great album. After that was Out for the Sun by Vivian Girls. And we just heard Dragons 2 by Being Dead. That's another album that came out pretty recently. It's really great. Being Dead's they're a band out of Austin, and they're kind of bringing back those Beach Boys kind of harmonies. We're going to keep the music going for you with some Courtney Barnett next, so stay tuned for that.
You said we should look out further. I guess it wouldn't hurt us. We don't have to be around all these coffee shops. Now we got that percolator. Never made a latte greater. I'm saving $23 a week. We drive to a house in Preston. should look out further. I guess it wouldn't hurt us. We don't have to be around all these coffee shops. Now we got that percolator. Never made a latte greater. I'm saving $23 a week. We drive to a house in Preston. We see police arresting a man with his hand in a bag. How's that for first impressions? This place seems depressing. It's a Californian bungalow in a cul-de-sac. It's got a lovely garden, a garage for 2 cars to park in, or a lot of room for storage if you've just got one. And it's going pretty cheap, you say? Well, it's a deceased estate. Aren't the pressed metal ceilings great? Then I see the handrail in the shower, a collection of those canisters for coffee, tea and flour, and a photo of a young man in a van in Vietnam. And I can't think of floorboards anymore, whether the front room faces south or north. And I wonder what she bought it for.
She be sucking marrow out of your mouth tomorrow. Or will she tiptoe out and flip into another moon? She'll trip you up your stumble, and now your world's gonna crumble like a Armageddon in a time of June.
them already, we have to tell them again. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Them a murderer. Them a murderer. Seen them coming at me area, want to kill off the youths. No dress up in a jacket and them dress up in a tie. Come a courthouse, want to tell pale lies. Them a murderer. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Cause them muggling at them cheap one, come kick out my teeth. Coming at them red, want to lick up my head. Coming to my lane, want to fly out my brain. Them dress up in a jacket and them dress up in a tie. Want to deprive I man from my rights. Them a murderer. Them a murderer. Watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them a come. Watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them a come. Them a vampire. Then we suck out your blood. Watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them a come. Watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them a come. Them a murderer. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Anyone we no like, we no keep them friend. Girls we don't feel, we don't chat to them. Cause them a murderer. Them a murderer. Dress up in a jacket and them dress up in a tie. Want to deprive I man from my rights. Them muggling at them cheap, want come kick out my teeth. Come into my lane, want to fly out my brains. Them dress up in a black, want to send a dove cat. Them a murderer. 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 Sticky do da do da do da do da do da do da. Oh. See, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them a come. Watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them a come. Them a vampire. Them a vampire. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Anyone we no like, we no keep them friend. Girls we no feel, we no chat to them. Cause them a murderer. Them a murderer. Who God bless, said no man curse. Thank you, Jaja, I don't end up in a hearse. Them a murderer. Then we suck out your blood. Watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them a come. Watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them, watch them a come. Them a murderer. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Any boy when we kill, we no keep them free. Girls we don't feel, we no chat to them. Cause them a murderer.
Why he's been wasting his time, running out of all kinds of life.
Hello everyone, you're listening to WCBN FM Ann Arbor. My name is Ross. This is my show, Songs and Stuff. First installment of this show. I'm playing all kinds of music for you guys. This is I'm the Changer by Cotton Jones. Shout out to my friend Benjamin who showed me the song for the first time. Before that was How Do I Move On by Part-Time. It's another pretty great album. Before that, How Many by Iceage. Before that, it was Gimme Something by Fidlar. It's one of my favorite records to put on during the summer. Something about that beach punk kind of style, just really enjoy. Only when it's warm out though, not in these cold Michigan winters. Before that was Murderer by Barrington, Levy. Gonna throw a bit of reggae in there. Before that was Bone Marrow by Black Lips. Before that was Depreston, I think I'm saying that right, by Courtney Barnett. And before that was Frost by Salem. Actually, those were supposed to be switched, but first set messed it up a bit. Sorry for that jarring transition. Well, you know what? It's all right. I'm gonna let the rest of this song play. Actually, it's over. I'm gonna play a little PSA for you guys. Then we're gonna get back into the music.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. And remember, don't drink and drive. It's just not worth it.
But you can do something in between. Baby, you can drive my car.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
my bed. I see, still shiver when I'm not clean. Still shiver when I'm not clean. Still shiver when I'm not clean. Still shiver.
Sometimes I get lost and I think it's time to call it a day, but I find that I can't even start to stop a dream. I look back to the times when I couldn't stand in front of myself and backtrack to the sound of my most important theme, following up to you. I see her, and I see you and me reflected innocently, and I'm sure she'll discover the world and maybe more. She wakes up with a cry that just means she wants to be held again. She makes up with those eyes I've seen all the times before, following up to you. I can see the candle glowing, I can hear the wind blowing, and I still feel my heart a-blowing, blowing all the way to you. I can laugh and take my fun in, playing songs and maybe singing. I still feel my heart a-running, running all the way to you, running all the way to you. Sometimes I get lost and I think it's time to call it a day, but I find that I can't even start to stop a dream, start to stop a dream, start to stop a dream, following up to you. See the candle glowing, I can hear the wind blowing, I still feel my heart a-blowing, blowing all the way to you. I can laugh and take my fun in, playing songs and maybe sunning, I still feel my heart a-running, running all the way to you, running all the way to you, running all the way.
Cause I know what you really look like, and you don't wanna see, and you don't want to know, 'cause you can't really handle the truth, so you gon' hurt all you can. Oh,
Hey, you're listening to WCBN FM, Ann Arbor. My name is Ross. We're almost at the end of the hour. This has been my show, Songs and Stuff. If you enjoyed the show, it should be every Wednesday at noon. My friend actually pointed out it's the middle of the day, the middle of the week, which I think is pretty cool. You just heard You're Never Gonna Change by Starberry. Starberry's actually, I saw him open for Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia like many years ago and never really blew up, but I enjoyed that single. Before that was Up to You by Anonymous. That's a record from like 76, 78, and like it really sounds like that America kind of style. Before that was Sickle Walk by yhwh Nailgun off their brand new album 45 Pounds, which is another really good one. And before that was Nerves by Fourth Wanderers off their Slop EP, which is a really great one. They actually just got back together and released a new album, so I'll have to play some stuff from that soon. But I'm going to transition over to the next show, and I'm going to leave you with some Electric Wizard. This is Dunwich.